C, transformative academic advice and advocacy. E, enhanced internship opportunities. And P, proactive voice representation. STEP is not merely an acronym. It serves as a roadmap for a brighter future for us all. It's about taking proactive measures to enhance our student experience, promote unity, and advocate for the support and opportunities bring rightfully deserved at the Department of Science and Technology. Now you may be wondering why I would have crafted these manuals. Because it is simply because I refuse to turn a blind eye to the challenges we face. I've observed the division between the departments, the struggles with academic advising, and the dearth of internship opportunities. And I am here to rewrite that narrative. That's why I propose to revamp the science community list, right? Imagine having a shirt with a new faculty over that. They might come up with the department on the back and you might be able to customize it, right? And possibly introduction of parts are probably sticker. All probably displaying our logo and our faculty colors, uniting us in a sea of black and gold because we're the gold standard. But it doesn't stop there. I refuse to accept a system where students are left to navigate after their academic journey alone. Unfortunately, we're able to have students competing on extra year because of their academic advising. That's why I'm here to advocate for better academic advising. No student should have to face the uncertainty of first selection and the requirements of proper guidance. By advocating for various heads of departments and the dean to train effectively your lecturers, which is also your academic advising, on the proper sequence of first selection to avoid this, which in turn will prevent you from spending additional money on teaching after the first place. And implementing a mandatory advising program through body systems and enhancing transparency and accountability for our faculty advising. We can ensure that every student receives the support that they need to succeed. In addition to academic support already in place, I firmly believe in the importance of establishing a big level or a big sister program. This initiative would pair experiences with those who need guidance in navigating their academic journey. Imagine having a mentor who can provide valuable tips, share effective time management strategies, and offer insights on how to improve grades in specific courses. Such a program not only fosters a sense of community and camaraderie, but also ensures that no student is left behind. I can attest in some instances, and probably you have, that you've learned a lot from your parents, right? Furthermore, it is imperative that we, the scientific community, advocate for proper teaching of course content across all disciplines. Students should not struggle due to inadequate instruction or unfair course materials. I will hold the faculty to prioritize effective teaching methods and resources such as released in past papers. Now, access to past papers should be freely available to all students. And unfortunately, at times, in science and technology, we have to push this down. As it is a vital tool for our exam preparation and academic improvement, especially when we have to take a science. Can you imagine that? By implementing these additional support programs and advocating for improved teaching methods, we can create an environment where every student can thrive adequately. And let us work together to ensure that every individual can reach their full potential and succeed in their academic endeavors. Internships, not a luxury, but a necessity in today's competitive world, and also a crucial component of our academic journey. While all faculty harbors immense potential, theoretical knowledge alone can only take us so far in the real world. That's why I'm committed to actively seeking internship opportunities for our students. To achieve this, I'll closely collaborate with the Guild of Students and the Office of Student Services and Development, leveraging their expertise and resources. Together, we will forge partnerships with esteemed institutions, not limited to the Carmen Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology, opening doors to invaluable hands-on experiences for our students. These internships will provide students with practical skills and insights that set them apart for their future careers. Through proactive engagement and partnership building, we can ensure that every student has the opportunity to gain real-world experience for our Barbadian students and not forgetting our regional and international students, and to thrive in their chosen fields. Lastly, I pledge to be a voice for each and every one of you. I'll be visible, open, inclusive, communicative, and empathetic in my role as your representative. I will listen to your concerns, fight for your needs, and ensure that your voice is heard in every decision that affects our faculty. So, my fellow students, I will ask you this. Will you stand with me? Will you join in fighting for a brighter future for our faculty of science and technology? Yes. With that, I leave with this. Let's take the necessary steps. F. Student body revamp and unity promotion. T. Transformative academic advising advocacy. E. Enhance internship opportunities. And P. Proactive voice representation to make FSC the epitome of excellence at Cable. Because when it comes to excellence, those other faculties can simply never up. Thank you, and I look forward to your support and
Thank you, Mr. Duarte. Our next candidate will be Faith Harvey for Faculty of Science and Technology.
Good evening, esteemed students, respected faculty, and distinguished guests. I'm Faith Harvey, aspiring to serve as the Faculty of Science and Technology representative. Today, I stand here not merely a contender, but a message of a vision, undermined by a thoroughly crafted agenda, encapsulated by the acronym FAITH. Throughout our journey, we have often found ourselves in a maze, yearning for a guiding light. I pledge to be a guiding light, championing the pillars of our academic integrity and transformative education, to ensure our passage through the hollow halls of higher education is not merely experimental, but transformative journey towards excellence. The bedrock of my campaign is constituted of the hollow words, is not constituted of hollow words, but of concrete pillars, innovation and technology. My blueprint including the establishment of an extensive peer-mentoring network, the augmentation of digital library, and the cultivation of strategic alliances to unveil a plethora of internship opportunities. I'm committed to arranging a series of workshops aimed at honing skills in resume crafting, I'm committed to arranging a series of workshops aimed at honing skills in resume crafting, interview navigation, and strategic job searching, in concert with fostering relationships with businesses both locally and globally, thereby broadening the horizon of internship prospects. Inclusivity in my manifesto transcends the simplistic notion of accessibility. It is about crafting an environment where every voice resonates, where every concern finds redress. To this end, I vow to institute a town hall assembly every semester and spearhead the development of study spaces reservation system, empowering every student to carefully plan their scholarly endeavors. Transformation is not a future promise, it is a present action. Collectively, we shall embark on a quest to refine the administration concept and advocate for extended library hours during examination time, addressing our scholarly constraints head-on. Harmony within the context of my vision transcends the abstract. It is the cornerstone of flourishing academic community. My commitment is unwavering to fortifying the synergy between students and educators, to mold theoretical knowledge to practical application, and to actualize aspirations, building on the legacy of those who walked before us. Tonight, I beckon you to take the single step, taking a bold leap of faith. Let's envision a campus where each of us can thrive, where challenges are met, and innovative solutions, where our collective aspirations become achievements. Vote for focus, action, integrity, transformation, and harmony. Cast your vote for faith to build an era of change. I am Faith Harvey, and I thank you for your support and belief in a transformative tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Harvey. Our next candidate will be Ms. Shania McDowell for Faculty of Humanities and Education.
great pleasure and enthusiasm that I greet you tonight. Coming from the land of 32 islands and keys, the gem of the Antilles, I am Chennai Makaro, a second-year student in the Faculty of Humanities and Education. As I stand before you tonight, I am reminded of the electrifying energy that courses through the halls of our school, the heartbeat of our vibrant community. Tonight, I stand before you not just as a candidate for the esteemed position of Faculty of Humanities and Education representative, but as a voice echoing the aspirations, dreams, and collective heartbeat of every student within the faculty. The journey through education is not just about grades. The journey through education is not just about grades. It's about creating an environment that fosters growth, nurtures talents, and ensures that every student feels supported on their academic and personal journey. This is something that my education majors can relate to. As we gather under the spotlight of possibility and the gaze of aspirations, I stand before you as a fervent believer in the transformative power of student leadership. First and foremost, my focus will be on advocacy, namely student engagement and representation. If elected, I will be committed to bridging the gap between the administration, the faculty, and the student body. I believe that by fostering open communication and collaboration, I can create an environment that is conducive to academic excellence and personal development. Furthermore, I believe in empowering students to take an active role in their community. I will establish a student-led committee that focuses on addressing concerns, suggestions, and feedback from the student body. This committee will act as a liaison between students and the administration, ensuring that the student voice is heard and considered in the decision-making process. However, education is not solely confined to the classroom. I also recognize the importance of a well-rounded student experience that goes beyond textbooks. A truly vibrant faculty involves a variety of extracurricular activities, clubs, and events that cater to the diverse interests and talents of our student body. My passion is to develop a quadrangle beautification project. My primary commitment is to enhance the overall learning environment by spearheading a comprehensive beautification project that will not only elevate the aesthetic appeal of the area, but also contribute to the well-being and motivation of our students, lecturers, and staff. By doing this, I will be creating a serene and inviting space for students to relax, socialize, and connect with nature. Without a doubt, I will be upkeeping faculty pride. I will develop initiatives and activities that foster a sense of belonging and community within academic departments, promoting a shared commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. I will host networking events catered specifically around the programs offered under the Faculty of Humanities and Education. Next, I will seek to promote unity and inclusion. The primary purpose of this mandate is to create an environment where every student feels valued, respected, and included. This can be done by facilitating open dialogues on diversity and inclusion through town hall meetings, forums, and discussion panels. By fostering unity, I aim to enhance the overall student experience, promote positive relationships, and create a foundation for collaborative learning and growth. Now, I believe in a student-led approach where your voices matter. Together, we will create an environment that values student input, fosters collaboration, and ensures that every student feels seen and heard. A faculty where everyone has the opportunity to thrive academically and personally. Your input is by each of you. So tonight, I beseech you to contribute and help me shape the future of our faculty. Our shared vision is one of unity, progress, and prosperity. As the Guild motto says, together we can make it happen. Together, let us explore the uncharted territories of possibility redefine the boundaries of student leadership, and forge a path that not only serves our immediate needs, but also nurtures the seeds of tomorrow's achievements. On March 14th, I encourage you to come out and vote stand with the plan.
Okay, our next candidate will be Ms. Serana Hari of the Faculty of Social Sciences. Also, just a reminder to specify who you are directing your questions towards.
Good afternoon. Leadership is a capacity to turn a vision into a reality. And this is exactly my plan for the Faculty of Social Sciences. Good night to my fellow members of the esteemed Orange Nation. I am honored to stand before you tonight as your candidate for Faculty of Social Sciences representative for the academic year 2024 to 2025. I stand before you tonight guided by the principles of integrity, humility, advocacy, and service, and as a candidate who is ready to lead with veracity, transparency, and a strong commitment to our social sciences community. I remember my first year as a student of the Faculty of Social Sciences. I was a bright-eyed fresher, ready to engage with everything my faculty had to offer. Unfortunately, I wasn't met with much, only a few events here and there. I felt no real connection to my faculty and my fellow Lions. It was then that I resolved to enact change. And this began with my application for treasurer of the Student Association, where I worked with a team that shared my mission to form a deeper connection with the students and the faculty. This mission quickly turned to passion, which has led me here, contesting the position of Soul-Siren. I asked for your attentiveness as I gave you my vision for Big Bad Suicide. My manifesto, found on my the Suicide website, is anchored in 4 core mandates: leverage, engage, advocate, and deliver. Lead. These mandates encapsulate my overarching objective to empower and enhance the social science student experience, and to continue to foster a vibrant community within our esteemed faculty. Under the mandate leverage, the focus is on optimizing existing resources to maximize the impact of the FSS Student Association. This involves initiatives to support student well-being, including mental health and financial wellness campaigns, as well as efforts to enrich academic and professional development opportunities through the smart allocation and usage of every academic and professional resource available, including financial resources, human capital, and institutional support. Engage emphasizes providing a fully realized social experience through active student participation in social events, academic clubs, and competitions. The goal is to promote a balance between academic achievement and social engagement, while encouraging collaboration and networking among students. Such a diverse range of students requires a diverse events calendar, and it's time that the less populated majors have an avenue to network and connect with each other. I also believe it's time that students are given avenues to showcase their academic ability and explore their field of interest more deeply through academic competitions. Advocate highlights my commitment to representing your concerns. The leading role of the Social Rep is to serve as the official liaison between the faculty admin, the faculty board, the guild, and of course you, the students. As president of the Social Students Association, it will be my aim to establish a responsive and student-centric governance structure, and to ensure that decisions are made with the students' bodies' interests in mind, and to see to the welfare of all students. This includes advocating for more increased financial support and for broader student interests. Empowering students to shape their experience is also emphasized through initiatives such as the Student Advocacy Hotline and Campus Walkarounds. I also aim to introduce an initiative to mitigate the challenges we face through academic advising. A peer advising program where volunteers are effectively trained to assist with academic advising services will extend the range and scope of advising to times and venues where it's not usually available for lecturers. Finally, the mandate deliver underscores my commitment to transiting everything I've stated thus far into tangible outcomes, through proactive action plans and practical solutions. In the way the bill is meant to further the interests of every Blackbird, so will the FSS Students Association Executive bring of value to every suicide student. I promise to implement mechanisms for accountability, transparent governance, and open communication between the student body and the FSS Executive. Above all, I'm committed to serving you, the students of this faculty. I believe that by working together, we can create a community that is inclusive, supportive, and empowering. We are on the cusp of change, academic reform, and a more interconnected faculty of social sciences. As your representative, I will be your advocate and your ally, and I will do everything in my power to ensure that you have the resources you need to succeed. I have the strength to win and the courage to leverage, engage, advocate, and deliver. Thank you for your time and consideration with Serrano for Society.
Our next candidate of the night will be Ms. Sidel Nicholas, Faculty of Sports Science.
Sports. To the elder students, the student body, online viewers, a pleasant good night. My name is Stella Nicholas, and I'm humbly vying for the position of Faculty of Sport Representative for the academic year 2024 to 2025. Coming from the vibrant shores of Trinidad and Tobago, I'm a second-year student who currently serve you as the Sports Science Society's treasurer, as well as the TTSA's Sports Committee chairwoman. However, my aim tonight is not about what I currently do for you, but to share the plans I wish to implement once I am elected as your faculty representative. Contrary to popular belief, being a sports science student is not only about being an athlete, but to learn the science and skills behind various sporting disciplines and careers. In light of this, my first mandate is advocacy. Firstly, my promise to improve the lack of academic advising that is present in our faculty. Due to this, students are either forced to graduate later than their predicted time, are unaware of exemptions for specific courses, or take courses that are not beneficial for their degree. What I aim to do is to understand the faculty's lack of interest in assigning students to advising, and to find solutions to rectify this issue, as well as introduce recent graduates to freshers and continuing students so that they may share tips and tricks necessary for passing courses. In addition to this, I aim to work with the Office of Students, Services, and Commuters Representatives for the shortest service to collect and drop sports students at the UC Pool complex. This is to ensure the safety of my students is maintained, especially hall and off-campus residents like myself who may have classes after 6 p.m. and have to walk in darkness back to main campus. My second mandate is basic first aid training. This initiative is important, especially to sports science students, as we may come in contact with injuries and helpless in various situations. Learning how to perform CPR correctly, how to deal with strokes and seizures, and how to stabilize injuries to the neck, head, and joints are key to the Blackbird community, specifically with the presence of sporting and exercise activities on campus. Thirdly, my next mandate concerns the implementation of sports grants, whether it may be for personal use and/or athletic use, such as purchasing better equipment necessary for daily training or transportation to and from matches. This grant will be open to all students enrolled at the Academy of Sport, and selection will be made with the faculty administrators. In order for this to be successful, various fundraising initiatives must take place. For example, the continuation of breast cancer awareness during the month of October, our infamous fruit sale, cup sales, and the revival of the sports faculty 20 for 20 sales are just some of the events that will aid in the funding of sports grants. Lastly, but certainly not least, my fourth mandate is the revival and revamping of Blackbird TV. In collaboration with the Publications and Games Committee, I'd like to reintroduce Blackbird TV. This initiative aims to showcase various sporting disciplines, teams, and events present at Cable campus, whether it may be a daily life of a student athlete or attending matches or games during competition periods. Join me as we learn the ins and outs of each sporting discipline offered at our beautiful campus. Who knows, maybe you will then meet our crash course for the rules of netball for the next chance in sports. In closing, my four main but simple mandates are advocacy, basic first aid training, the implementation of sports grants, and revamping Blackbird TV. Allow me to represent you and your needs and elect me as the next faculty of sport representative. Your voice, your power, your sports journey. Signing out, Sporting with Sid.
We will now be moving on to the questions segment of this section. Okay, our first question is from Ms. Nicholas. Currently, majority of faculty of sports students do not have academic advisors. What are your plans to ensure that those students are paired with advisors? Sorry, what inspired you to take up the role of faculty of sports representative? Currently, majority of faculty of sports students do not have academic advisors. What are your plans to ensure that those students are paired with advisors?
Thank you for that question. Firstly, what inspired me to be the next faculty of sport representative is basically the voice of my students. I believe I have the specific knowledge and tools that can lead me to lead you to get everything that you need, whether it may be getting proper lecture slides, getting textbooks, sorry. And that's what inspired me. I have seen my predecessors working very hard, and I would like to step like them and bring to make sure that my students are engaged and incorporated into the main campus because let's look at what but go to the point. And as for the second question, pertaining academic advising, as I have stated in my mandate, I am able to speak with the faculty board, especially with the dean, who is currently in Jamaica. I would like to put plans in place that each student can receive academic advising. Currently, the only academic advising that recent students may have is during orientation. So, to fix that, I need to speak to the faculty board and understand why this is a lack and why they are not interested in the betterment of their students. Thank you.
Good night. So before I begin, thank you all of you for helping put this on the service. So my question tonight is for Serrano. So we've implemented several strategies this year to better engage the student body, but due to the large size of our faculty, at times we weren't able to reach all of our audiences. So my question to you is, if elected as faculty rep, what would you do to more effectively connect with the students in our faculty to build that engagement?
Good night, Robert. Thank you so much for the question. What I would do to try to reach more of the students, we know that maybe more than 2/3 of the society community is made up of Barbadian students, and they have expressed that they sometimes feel a bit left out when majority of events happen at night and they need to get home since they live a quite a distance away. So what I intend to do is to have more events where they are here on campus during the day so that they can feel included in what we have to offer them. Sorry, and the second part of your question, how would I help them feel more connected to us? And just to give a more of a face to the executive, which we have started to do with our senior. And I think continuing that initiative of putting our faces out there more so that they know who we are and what we do for them is another way to engage with them more.
Thank you for that. And the second question that I have for you, your last one, is if successfully elected, you go from working on the current FSS student executive this year to leading it in the next year. So my question is, can you identify any aspects of our current team's dynamic or performance that you would seek to remove, improve, or maintain, any one, to effectively serve the student body? What would you like to change so that you could better serve them if successfully elected?
What I would like to change, we have a great executive. So one thing I've been noticing is that we did have a bit of a late start to the activity and the initiatives that we wanted to implement. And the challenge with OSS, we could not get all of our activities out to the students. So I think I would really try to get it more proactive and try to get ahead of OSS to just ensure that we meet with the students where they want to be met with.
Okay, our next question is for both of the FST candidates. What has been your involvement with the clubs under the faculty, and what are your future plans with them in mind?
Well, as you may know, this is technically my first year at the University of Western. I have somewhat participated in the Chemistry Society's initiative. With that, I hope to continue with the initiatives of that, and as well as make them more club-registered. As you know, other societies, such as the Computer Science Societies, is not an official registered club at the university, as well as the as well as the Chemistry Society. So my goal is to basically make those clubs become registered, and so that we can basically reach out to other students within our faculty and let them know what they're planning and how they're willing to assist them in any sort of problems that we may know in terms of the within their respective disciplines.
Okay, thank you for that question. As I'm on the current committee for FST, I was there for and helped with the launch of both the Computer Science Society and Environmental Science Society and Chemistry Society, along with having developed their constitutions. I did participate in some of the Computer Science Society classes on Fridays, although I could not make all of them. I hope that I'll be able to be better there in present at not only the annual general meetings, but in events and demos. I'll be able to do some more and be able to also give them a better feel like they're more a part of the community and society and not just a separate entity.
Okay, so our next question is for Sarama. Can you provide more clarification on the pay advising plan? How is this different from the body registration system?
Okay, thank you for the question. So just to clarify, the body registration was a good step in the right direction into easing the burden on the academic advisors. I had it in my first semester of my first year, and then that was it. So the intention is to have this assistance for the advisors throughout the academic year so that these trained volunteers, they are equipped with knowledge to impact upon the students that have questions that need clarification on certain things. And then this would in turn free up time for the advisors to deal with more pressing issues. I'm sure we know that our challenges in society with academic advising is that we're kind of too big for all the lecturers. The ratio from student to lecturer is insane, and they don't have that time to effectively meet with every society student. So with implementing the PER system, students can contribute to helping each other one, and the scope in which academic advising can be reached is broadened. So you don't have to wait until a lecturer has their office hours. You can connect with your peer advisor or probably meet with them between classes. So the way it's different for the body system is that it's not just for the registration period, it's all throughout the academic year.
Next question is also for Sarana. What plans do you have to cater to the overlooked students of GSSWP?
Okay, so the Department of Government Sociology, Social Work, and Psychology is one of the smaller, well, it is the smaller department in the social sciences community. One way in which I definitely intend to cater to them is to advocate for more financial opportunities for them to access. If you look on the catalog of the entire undergraduate scholarships, there's less than 5 scholarships that are offered to GSSWP majors. Yes, there are campus-wide scholarships, but then they have to compete with the entire campus to access it. So something I definitely intend to do is advocate for their financial needs to be met. One way in which I intend to do this is to connect with the Barbados Society of Psychology, because I'm sure that's an institution that would love to sponsor a student or two, for a semester for an academic year. So that's how I intend to cater to their needs.
So our next question is from Ms. Harvey. There is no life or activity in FST. How do you plan to bring life to the faculty? There is no life or activity in FST. How do you plan to bring life to the faculty?
Thanks for that question. In my experience with community, I've seen as diverse in the way our students are. Not everyone at FST wants to go to a set. There's some people really want to go to an anime con or have an anime movie night. I think the best thing to do is have a diverse faculty. As well as understanding that our community did go through some challenges and we did have a slow start, but we will get back up there, and I hope that we will see that.
This question is also from Ms. Harvey. Could you elaborate on how you intend to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical application, as mentioned in your commitment to fortify the synergy between students and educators?
Thank you for that question. Along with that, I did say that I wanted to also have a website that helps to bridge the sharing system among students, as well as helping the goals to be more accessible. I think that when in communicating with our lecturers, we not only see the students side of the problem, but the lecturer side of the problem, we can better communicate and have a better understanding of where we can go from there.
For Ms. Harvey, how do you envision the implementation of a peer tutoring network and the augmentation of the digital library contributing to our academic journey and fostering a culture of innovation within our faculty? How do you envision the implementation of a peer tutoring network and the augmentation of the digital library, contributing to our academic journey and fostering a culture of innovation within our faculty?
Thank you for that question. For the peer mentorship, I think that we have to first understand where the problems lie and where to start. For example, it could be in computer science where students may have problems getting notes or they have problems in terms of just the lecture in terms of how they teach to them because everyone learns differently. I think that in peer mentorship you can find someone that learns the same way you do. For me, I sometimes can learn by pictures, where somebody else can learn by words. In a way, I can have a better understanding to help a person who also has a problem with that. And right. In that plan, I hope to create a website where we can then first get the notes that we already have and help build and create on that better in the future.
This question is directed towards all the candidates. What have you done to prepare for this role?
I must say that this is not my first time actually representing students at this capacity. As some of you already know, I actually have a degree in health sciences at Oregon University. And at university, I have served as the student representative for the School of Environmental Sciences, as well as the public relations officer for the State Development and Sponsorship College Student Council. With that, I see that I have a passion for student interest, voicing their concerns, and with that, I intend to use my expertise to basically make FSC greater than.
Thank you for that question. My plan is to use my experience on the committee before to help not only to use the skills that I've learned from all my previous committee members, but to also use the ideas and thoughts they've given me in terms of dealing with maybe dealing with admin or even dealing with certain issues to help better understand and to use that leadership skills. As I was constitutional chairperson, I was tasked with making sure that people understood the constitution and followed their rules. And I thought, and I will use that in if I am elected. To prepare for this role, just like Ms. Harvey said, we have been on different exams, and I'm using the experience that I have now to hopefully transfer to, if I'm elected, to this leadership position. And I have also spoken to a few of my predecessors, and I was also spoken to a few faculty heads just to get the insight of what the role is like, so that I can know if I'm elected, I don't know what to do.
So I am no stranger to student leadership. I am currently the treasurer of the FSS Student Association. So I'm very familiar with how the association works and I know the needs of the students. More specifically, how I've prepared, I have liaised with the current representative, I have liaised with youth students, I've also liaised with faculty members to gauge what the needs are and what the possible solutions can be. So, yeah.
For that question, as stated before, I am currently the treasurer of the Sports Science Society, and I am the TTSA Sports Committee Chairwoman. Using that experience, for those who may not know, Sports Science Society also does not have a vice president, so I am currently acting vice president as well. Working with my current president and liaising with my predecessors, I have understood that the needs for this faculty is high, especially academic advising. And using my experience from the first week of semester 2, Ms. Thorpe was not here as she was representing any ICGC contingent. And I was present at faculty board. I have met the dean who, as I said before, is in Jamaica, and I have built relationships with him and the head and lectures. So I believe I am equipped with enough knowledge and tools that can guide me to be the next faculty rep.
This next question is for both the FSD candidates. How are you going to revamp the faculty and improve student engagement?
No, it's actually, I should actually speak from my experience, right? No, when I first came to university, I was introduced to a committee for the Faculty of Science and Technology. I mean, they were somewhat helpful, but, I mean, efforts must be combined, but I didn't really feel the faculty for the committee's presence. Right, so with that, I intend to make the students aware that the faculty is up and running, that we're here to listen to you, we're here to champion your voices and make sure that every issue, well, if possible, that they're solved at a timely and effective way.
Thank you for that question. I plan to continue some of the mandates that my previous communities have introduced. For example, in my first year, we didn't actually get introduction to our committee, and we started that this year, as well as helping registration process and being there in the lab to be there to help them and serve them physically. I plan to also continue that, as well as trying to get an idea of what the students want to do. For example, as I said before, in FST, we have a diverse faculty where we have the case for everyone. So for example, there might be people who like vets, but there's other people who just want to have anime and just to have fun. The plan to hope to bring everyone together and to contribute to diversity in our current classes.
This next question is also for Faith and Mitchell. Do you have intentions of creating a well-rounded faculty as SciTech only focuses on academics?
Thank you for that question. In the current committee, our plan was to bring in a sports representative, but now wasn't be able to bring it to fruition as yet. I hope that if I am elected, I'll be able to bring that into fruition and help to diversify our faculty, not only academics, but to have sports as well involved.
Do you have intentions of creating a well-rounded faculty as SciTech only focuses on academics?
Well, you see, the fact is that SciTech will not only focus on academics. All students are well-rounded. For example, I am a professional musician, right? Kids also know every student, music students. For example, you might have a SciTech band, just to help you. Or actually a SciTech sports team, right? That will basically show the diversity, the talent that we have as a faculty. and showcase what we have to offer, and we're not just alone about theory. And we also have talent.
This question is for Metro. Were you present for any of the activities that occurred in the SciTech Week?
Yes, I was present since last semester, but I can assure you that I was present. Although I did not attend the final event, which is small thing because the Monday, which is happening, the Monday I had an exam. But during that week, I was present. I attended the anime night for a few minutes because I have to for the next session that week, but I can assure you that I was.
This question is for Shania. There has been instances where advisors are not privy to the most up-to-date or accurate information or do not keep in contact with their assigned students. Do you have any plans to improve the relations between academic advisors and students?
Thank you for that question. And what I can do, I can talk to all the advisors or at least collect the names of all the students and help the advisors in terms of sorting and in terms of getting to know who their students are so that they will be able to be academically advanced.
This question is also for Shania. What ideas do you have to make this faculty more active and known around campus, as most people are not knowledgeable of the faculty and what it entails?
Thank you for that question. To make the faculty more active per se, I would love to collaborate with other faculties and I would go around to all the students on campus to spread the word physically. I can post newsletters, I can host seminars, maybe get overall, try my best along with my committee to increase our physical appearance on campus. And,
This next question is for Metro. Are you up to date with the initiatives and efforts that the current FSC executive has made or participated in them? What do you plan to do to advance the precedence that is currently set for FSC students?
Well, just to know that that specific aspect is not only me, but it also involves other members within my committee. With that, obviously, keep the PRO in check, as well as go around the campus specifically where the science students are, talk about our plans on how we can support them, so that they can also share their concerns and we can relate it to the other faculty that we head of department and the dean to basically see some sort of a change within our faculty.
This question is also for Metro. Empathy, patience, and respect is critical in leadership. How do you intend to integrate such in your tenure?
No, as I mentioned before, this is not the first time I will have represented students at this capacity. I know what it is to be a student, because I've been a student all my life, and sometimes I just like to be heard, and sometimes when people don't listen, I get annoyed. So I can basically empathize with the students based on my past experiences. This will be a beacon of support to you guys so that your voices can be heard.
Also for Mitchell, how do you intend to ensure the value science fee is realized within the faculty?
Now, with regards to the science fee, unfortunately, I have no money. I can't really do anything about the science fee as a representative. However, I can voice a concern. The most I can do is to advocate for the university and by section the dean to state how the science is actually being used. Because I know for a fact that the science is used to buy that equipment that students might bring out, as well as this way by purchasing the programs that the computer science students may use. However, I was made aware that the computer science students don't really see the department, the faculty basically paying an important seeing how they feel being used in that department. So basically, advocate for the future basically be split evenly between both departments so that each department has a fair time to basically operate a facility to basically better you for your study.
This next question is for Ms. McDowell. Regarding your mandate for promoting unity and inclusion, how do you plan to create an environment where every student feels valued, respected, and included?
Thank you for that question. Firstly, I would seek to find out what exactly are students interested in, and then I will work from there to create spaces where if we speculate in a physical space or an online space, and then we can work from there.
Also, Ms. McDowell, how do you plan to create a bond or develop trust with the students in the faculty?
Thank you for that question. I will aspire to be honest and transparent if elected, because I believe the students need to know what exactly is going on, and if possible, I can involve them in the decision-making process so that it can benefit all students in the faculty.
This next question is for Mitchell. Based on your experience as the Based on your experience as a current FSC student, is the current FSC committee presence not felt on campus? And if so, what are your plans to make your presence felt?
Right. As I stated before, I know about the faculty because they have been present closely during my academic year this year. However, it's almost a lot of training because I didn't see their presence with that. I try to basically put the faculty choices out there by basically posting office hours for our committee members, as well as walking around the faculty, specifically with the departments of our accounting sciences, where the concise students like Anya as the area by the SLT lecturer. You basically will find us there at this time periods that we will share with you, so that you can voice your concerns with us.
Thank you, candidates. You're to go back. We'll be moving on to the second batch of candidates. Okay, so Ms. Akila Thomas, Faculty of Medical Sciences. Kimara Harris, Faculty of Law candidate. Kyle Harrison, Frank Worrell Hall candidate. Kyle Carter. Also like to welcome Alan's Plants, Silky Control. Our first candidate will be Ms. Akila Thomas, Faculty of Medical Sciences candidate.
Faculty members, colleagues, and fellow candidates. Good evening. My name is Akila Thomas, and I'm filled with pride as I stand before you, vying for the esteemed position of the Faculty of Medical Sciences representative. While it's easy to reflect past about my academic journey, I believe it's more crucial to delve into who I truly am, what drives me, what defines me. I could list the usual tropes like my passion for reading, or not all this medical textbooks, unfortunately, or my ability for animals. However, the essence of Akila Thomas extends far beyond these cliches. I am an inquisitive soul, constantly questioning the world around me. Not out of mere curiosity, but with a genuine desire to understand and achieve. At my core, I embody the values of my campaign, which are innovation, strategy, adaptability, and collaboration. But let me be clear, these attributes weren't inherent. They were cultivated through a journey marked by errors, trials, failures, and growth. And I owe so much of my development to a robust support system underscoring the significance of collaboration in my life. With these principles in mind, I see my campaign as charting a course of excellence. Allow me to share a quote by Aristotle, which in quote encapsulates my vision. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Excellent transcends sporadic feats. It is a commitment to continual improvement, pushing boundaries and embracing progress. Tonight, I urge you to aspire to greatness, to dedicate yourselves to excellence in every facet of your life. And I'm not merely preaching words, I'm advocating for tangible action. Throughout my tenure, I intend to institute mentorship programs to connect students with respective professionals, bolster community outreach, especially within the healthcare setting, enhance financial aid initiatives and scholarships specifically for the Faculty of Medical Sciences, advocate for increased internship opportunities, especially for the health sciences, and the nutrition and dietetics students, and cultivate stronger relationships within and beyond the Faculty of Medical Sciences. While choice and discipline are key factors, opportunity is as vital in the pursuit of excellence. This is where my leadership comes into play. Together, let's forge an environment where every student is empowered to excel, where every idea is valued. With your unwavering support, I am confident that we can realize this vision. Vote for excellence. Let us chart a course that leaves an indelible mark on the legacy of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. Vote for Akila Thomas for Faculty of Medical Sciences representative. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Our next candidate will be Ms. Kimara Harris, Faculty of Law.
Ladies and gentlemen, my esteemed young council members, my fellow law students, good evening. As the sun sets on yet another day day at our esteemed FA institution, we gather here in the spirit of progress and unity. I stand before you not just as a peer, but as an advocate for the betterment of the Faculty of Law. I am Kimara Harris, and I am running for the position of the Faculty of Law Representative of 2024 to 2025. Tonight I am filled with a passion that burns as brightly as the pursuit of justice itself. We are on the horizon of a new chapter, one where we elevate our prestigious faculty to unprecedented heights. Together, let's raise the bar. Reflecting on the past academic year, we have witnessed the unwavering dedication and hard work of the current Law Society executive. Their efforts have been the bedrock of which we stand today. While we are immensely grateful for the foundation laid by their achievements, the time has now come to build upon it, to reach further, and to aim higher. My campaign is deeply rooted in the conviction that transformation is not only possible, but essential. We can and we will take our faculty to the next level by revitalizing key aspects that are crucial to our academic and human success. Today I present to you the pillars of my campaign. Encapsulated in the acronym BAR is subtle nod to the popular bar exam that each of us law students aspires to conquer as future practicing lawyers. The first pillar, B, stands for bridging the gap. It signifies the imperative need to bridge the gap between theoretical knowledge of the LLB and the practical skills of the LEC. To address this, I propose the reintroduction of the music club and the establishment of student-led mock trials. These initiatives are not just activities, they are vital experiences that convey the practicality of being a lawyer, an aspect that is often overshadowed by academia. Moving on to A, which represents advanced transparency and guidance. I envision a law community that is more connected, more empowered, and more informed. To achieve this, I propose bi-weekly updates from the Law Society and the publication of a comprehensive Law Society FAQ handbook. These resources will serve as beacons, guiding each student through the intricacies of their LLB journey with clarity and confidence. Lastly, R, for restoring interest in recreational involvement. A vibrant law community extends beyond the confines of lecture theaters and libraries. It is my goal to revamp Law Week with modern, inclusive, and to increase recreational activities that foster companionship and well-being. By nurturing a culture of engagement, we create an environment where students can thrive both academically and socially. My fellow law students, as we stand at this juncture tonight, we must honor the legacy of those who came before us while paving the way for a future that shines even brighter. A future where every voice is heard, every potential is realized, and every challenge is met with unwavering resolve. On March 14th, you have the power to choose a representative who is committed to your needs, your aspirations, and your success.
if you will not just raise the bar, you will set it.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. Our next candidate will be Mr. Kyle Harrison for Founder. Just a reminder that there is a link in the community chat for you to send in your questions.
What? What is family? Who is family? Where is family? Where is the word family even derived from? If I was supposed to talk about family, I could probably speak about different types of family. We could speak about the extended family. Maybe I could give you a nice definition from the Oxford Dictionary. But the truth is, you'd probably just die of boredom right here if I continue with that part. Instead, I'll speak of a family. When its name is called, immediately we think of an honorary legacy. When its members are mentioned, we speak of his or her excellency. A lineage connected by maroon and gold. A people not separated by origin or inherent differences. A true family. A dynamic, diverse household that accommodates everyone, not discriminating nor forcing, but guiding. A space which permits each individual to grow and feel at home. I am proud to claim that I am a part of this family. A pleasant good night to all. The family which I speak of is no other than the illustrious Sir Frank Worrell Hall. Residents of warriors. Home away from home. Warriors! Your all chair. I will advocate for you. It will be my role to be your voice, your mouthpiece, to the Guild, Halls of Resident Accommodation, and the UKville administration on the whole. I am not afraid to stand up for my hall, my family. Along with this advocacy, I would like to implement a rating system for me and my future council members if elected. This is to provide constructive criticism as well as applause where deserved as to allow for the growth of each council. Please remember that when you're doing that, I'm elected, do it to me first. I must be held accountable as your representative. Aside from my required duties, I have 3 main mandates. The first mandate is World Sports, which is an academic program aimed towards academic prowess and effort of our residents. This will be done by using names lists of each faculty. However, if it is the case that current names takes long, we allow the members or residents to use their GPA as to prove they have made required GPA. All awards will be given a certificate at our award ceremony, and the top male and female will have their pictures framed in the JCR as well as receiving special awards. Secondly, the pantry renovation. This entails the movement of the pantry from the front council room to a adjoining room down the hall, where we'll be changing the locks, getting permission. All my mandates have been given permission from Hall's administration. And so,
I want to say that it is not my intention to overstep into the portfolio of the welfare officer, but to give the welfare officer the relevant tools they will need to execute the position. Additionally, there will be a weekly update of the pantry of what is in stock as well as the quantity in the group chat, along with the method of messaging that the welfare chairperson will have. We'll have a Google form for those persons who want to be anonymous. And finally, we'll now go to the hall beautification project, a big one. So this contains 3 goals. Firstly, the gradual renovation of the JCR as to foster more familial and safe space for each resident, which includes but is not limited to the replacing of the study room door, fixing of the JCR sliding door, adding decorative items to all aspects, being the study room, so we'll have a stationary area, upstairs, and the general JCR area. At the entrance of each block, there will be a welcome mural customized to each block. Block 1 are kings and queens. Block 2 are ladies and queens. Block 3, dynamite. Block 4, lots of paper. Block 5, midnight fixing. Block 6, daughters of Athena. Block 7, Block 8, for divas. Block 9, new and queens. And block 10 for gentlemen's club. Finally, reducing the problem of the chicken population. I intend to do my all to continue the hall spirit and create an environment worth living. On March 14th, in the JSR study room, I implore you to vote Harrison as your hall chair.
Harrison. Our next candidate will be Mr. Kyle Carter for still for the sugar for.
From all over the Caribbean, from the countries of the world, we come to this melting pot celebration hall. Members of the Youth Council, my esteemed chairman, and my driven champions, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Carter, and I stand before you today with a deep sense of pride and commitment to put forward my candidacy for the role of hall chairperson. 2024 to 2025. Over the past 6 months, Sherlock has become more than just a place in which I reside. It has become a community, a home, my family, that thrives off the spirit of togetherness. And today I stand here to pledge my commitment to further enhance the familial bond that we hold so dear to our hearts. My vision for our hall holds the core values needed to foster an environment where every resident feels heard, respected, and valued. I would like not only to continue, but to enhance the legacy that has been left to us. And I believe that we can walk hand in hand against any problems that may arise to hinder our advancements. The 6 initiatives that I wish to discuss with you are the Sir Philip Sherlock Hall of Fame, the Big Brother Big Sister program, the Backyard Mural, the Week of Talent, the Study Room Facelift, and the Sir Philip Sherlock Scholarship program. My father once told me to leave is to serve. And as such, I intend to serve you, Sherlockites, through these 6 initiatives as we begin our journey towards building a better Sherlock. The astounding men and women that came before us have instilled a legacy that I intend to carry. However, I do intend to honor that legacy and dedication to the place I call my home. As such, my first mandate is to establish the Sir Philip Sherlock Hall of Fame. As this Hall of Fame highlights the esteemed Sir Philip Sherlock, past Hall chairpersons, and past Hall council, it commemorates their brilliant contributions to the development of our home. My second mandate is labeled the Sherlock Big Brother and Big Sister program. The prospect of this mandate takes into consideration enhancing the first year experience, as well as strengthening the inclusivity of residents on Hall, in which freshers will be able to be paired with current residents prior to the start of the semester. They will be able to gain a plethora of information regarding Hall life, cost of living, etc. The intention is to create a bridge between current residents as well as incoming residents, and this mandate will allow for the following first years to hit the ground running as they join our family. As a member of this hall, in the months that I have been here, family and inclusivity has been of utmost importance amongst the residents. Therefore, it is my belief that creating a bond with a seasoned resident can prove to be beneficial in regards to these aspects. My next initiative allows for Sherlockites of all generations to eternally leave their mark on this hall, literally. This will be achieved through my backyard mural mandate, where a selected area on the backyard wall will be plastered with cement, after which they will be able to dip their hand in paint of black and yellow and place it along the wall, so they could leave a positive message or simply their initial. This will allow for a new tradition for every resident to commemorate and solidify that once a Sherlockite, always a Sherlockite. It is to cement the fact that every resident can and will leave their mark on this hall. Living on Sherlock has allowed for me to witness the fruition of many talented individuals, whereas it is with this initiative I aim to foster growing talents as well as divulge hidden talents that lurk amongst our halls. As such, it is my intention to create a week of talent, in which we would showcase the displays of professionals regarding acts such as crocheting, playing the piano, dancing, vocal training, etc., allowing for Sherlockites to interact with shared showcases. Taking into consideration that several aspects of university life tend to hinder the enjoyability of campus life, I believe helping residents to take up on new hobbies, as well as to actively foster hidden talents, can afford them the same safe space I am garnering. My fourth mandate encompasses a facelift of the study room. Now, the purpose of a study room is to provide Sherlock residents with a conducive learning environment through self-teaching, self-studying, and group studying. The current state of the study room lacks a certain charisma and environment, which is what I believe is needed to enhance and to facilitate this environment. It is also my aim to create a comfortable communal space which could possibly assist regarding an ease of learning. Once elected hall chair, I will ensure the continuation of Sir Philip Sherlock Scholarship. Bearing the burden of tuition fees can be very taxing to anyone who is simply aiming for a higher education. Undertaking this mandate and pushing for its continuation would relieve such a financial and a mental burden as it has done in the past and as it will do in the future, allowing for Sherlockites to focus on their goal of graduating with a degree. As your hall chairman, I will put to practice the principles that I have fostered over the past few years, such that I am committed to open communication. I believe in an open door policy in which residents can always come to me and speak to me about their issues that may be rectified. I, without a doubt, have the hall's best interest at heart. In addition to this, advocating for the needs of residents is of utmost importance, and I promise to work relentlessly, closely, and persistently with university administration to address the issues that may affect your right to enjoy your home, as well as to act on improvements for the facility that will greater enhance your Sherlock Hall experience. All in all, I believe in transparency and accountability. I intend to stand at the forefront with a shield of integrity, ensuring that the decisions made on behalf of the hall are in the best interest of the entire community. So I invite you to come out on March 14th to cast your vote. I would not like to see my vote falter, so vote Thank you.
Our next candidate will be Mr. Alex Plant for Sir Keith Hall.
Good evening, everybody. I guess when the memo for chant off was given, I wasn't around. So
mean, I won't delve in it tonight, but I want to engage into a conversation with my hunters. I humbly come to you with a request, and that is to continue the work which is started of those who have come before us, and to set a rigid foundation for those who will come behind us. Therefore, to lead the charge on this request, I ask for your vote as I contest the position for your hall chair. Over the last academic year, I have had the opportunity to foster relationships and bonds with many of you on this hall and gain your trust as it pertains to your advocacy and well-being. This is why I carefully knitted the slogan, through passion and creativity, yours in Hunter development. My passion for student advocacy and activism has fueled me through the years in exploring the most innovative and creative ways to inspire student development. I, Alan Plank, wish to share that experience with you. During my time as a student leader, I have always been a proponent for the holistic development for the student. Therefore, I have premised my campaign on solidifying the true Hunter experience as your hall chairperson over the next year. This in turn will not just equip the Hunters during their time at university, but when they depart the halls of Sir Keith Hunt Hall as respective citizens of their country. Therefore, I came up with the Hunter acronym, with H, harnessing the skills, talents, knowledge, and abilities of the Hunter for greater participation at the hall and university level. This in turn molds a well-rounded student persevering in academics and extracurriculars. You, uniting and building a stronger relationship with hall's administration. N, nurturing and continuing relationships with hall sponsors. T, transforming the hall into a youth-friendly space. E, encouraging hall pride and culture to form rigid foundation when tempests may threaten, and R for resource mobilization for the upkeep of the hall through sponsors, parents, and well-wishers, and to broaden the sponsorship pool, especially to our home countries for those on security at home. I look forward to hearing from you, just as I did over the last few weeks, and for the plans that I have for you for the academic year and together with council. Contrary to popular opinion, the Keith Hunt Hall has much to offer, from building student morale and contributing to the university life. The Keith Hunt Hall boasts of a myriad of achievements, personalities, and nationalities, quite apt for student life at the University of the West Indies Cable Campus. I look forward to sculpting and showcasing this hand in hand with you in the upcoming year, because a vote for me will breathe life into the many plans that I have to develop the true Hunter. Long live Alan's plan, long live the blue and the gold, and long live the Sir Keith Hunt Hall. I thank you.
We're now moving on to our question segment. The form is still open. You to send in your questions.
Our first question will be to Ms. Kamara Harris. Given your previous resignation from the role of Secretary of the Law Society, some students may have concerns about your commitment and reliability as you run for President of the Law Society and Constitutional Chairperson of the Guild. What assurance or actions can you offer to reassure us and demonstrate that we should put our faith in you and vote for you for these positions?
So in preparation for this role, the first thing I did was I saw advice from the law faculty representative of 2022-2023. as well as 2019 to 2020. I asked them for advice. I also asked Mr. Timothy Roper for advice and Ms. Tellisford for advice. So they have been mentoring me in preparation for this role. So if you put your trust in Mr. Roper and Mrs. Tellisford, you can put your trust in
Please have some silence for the candidates.
Additionally, I have been advocating for the student body as secretary and as first year representative in my first year. So I already have experience as advocating for the faculty of law. So you should put your trust in me because I have experience as well as because
Good night, everyone. And to all the candidates, thank you for putting yourself up for service. My question is to Mr. Gaza, the candidate for Hall Chair, Mr. Philip Sharon. Second year law is generally the most difficult year of the academic journey. How do you intend to balance second year law with your hard responsibilities and your responsibilities?
Thank you for that question. No, as a law student, I know how taxing law can be, as well as I know how taxing second year law can be, because I've seen the expressions of my current residents, and it's not necessarily pretty. But when I decided to run for Hall Chair, I spoke to several people who serve on the council, as well as past persons who serve on this council, which essentially gave me the rundown of the job. Now, it's much easier to speak about the responsibility than to execute them, but getting this head start has allowed for me to appreciate the necessary work done in successfully leading this hall. Not to mention that this is not a one-man team, and I will be working with a group of competent persons. Now, on Sherlock, we do pride ourselves with togetherness. So as such, I will be able to depend on the competent persons that are backing me. As such, they will be able to depend on me. Thank you.
Our next question is for Mr. Harrison. How do you plan on keeping the Frank Warhol spirit alive, and what qualifies you? What qualities of yours do you believe make you best suited for this role? How do you plan on keeping the Frank Warhol spirit alive, and what qualities of yours do you believe make you best suited for this role?
One more SFP championship. Second, in terms of qualities, I believe that I understand people, I respect people, and because those go together, I understand that not every time people are 100, you don't know what people are going through, and every single person is different. Background different, country different, and so because of that appreciation, how small it might seem, it's essential you're living with a whole plethora of different people. That's one quality that I think is important and will allow me to do a good job as Hall Chair.
The next question is for Mr. Allens. The Keaton Hall is used as accommodation for numerous international guests throughout the academic year and in the summer. Oftentimes, these guests are treated with priority and have numerous privileges which regular guests do not have year-round. How do you plan to navigate this throughout your tenure?
Well, I mean, when I spoke with my hunters on Monday, we had a general hall meeting. I told them it's father, son, infant hall. And that's how I seek to prioritize the hall over the next academic year. In that the priorities of my hunters would always be in the frontal lobe. My frontal lobe all the time. I mean, I have not been privy to getting better service of that sort to our income workers. For example, we had the French last semester, and they integrated quite well with us. We welcomed them with our current hall chair and with the rest of the hall, and they just became with us over time. If it is that it arises or it shows its ugly head, I will not settle for it. But I will say that I'm not privy to it. I can't answer that, but from what I know and from who I've interacted with, they become hall mates just like us and hunters just like us.
Please also remember that you can come down at this time to have your questions vetted and asked in person. The next question is for the Frank candidate. How do you intend to choose the top male and female student, considering some persons may have the same GPA?
There's something we don't want to talk male and talk female.
The next question is for the law representative. What qualities do you possess as a leader that makes you qualified for the job?
Qualities are, I love to help people. That's my honest truth. When I help people, whether or not I'm dying, I feel some sort of satisfaction. That's my reason for wanting to do that.
This question is also for Kimaro. As the role of president of the Law Society demands strong social skills and effective communication with both students and staff, some may perceive you as reserved rather than outgoing. How can you reassure the student body that you are approachable and non-judgmental, ensuring that their voices are heard and their concerns are addressed if you were to be elected as president?
Interacting with more students in preparation for a campaigning. I went around with other students asking them what they would like to improve or change what we have. And I was given a lot of issues that I didn't know were affecting faculty. So I think just interacting with more students as well as holding the recreational activities that I would like to have. So I would go around more and just speak to students more. I'll be sitting in the pit as regularly as I can. And I'll be sitting as talking to students. I'll be walking around just like if I was campaigning, I just talking to students.
This question is for Kimara. What are your intentions, if any, with regards to the improvement of the law library and its service?
Is working on it, but according to the update that was given by the Muslim Democratic agent, it's still currently at a standstill, but I will continue to work on it.
Thank you all for reaching yourself up for service. My question is to all the hall chair representatives. It's very long, so just bear with me. So we can all appreciate that horse rivalry is an important aspect of human culture, but it's also important that we know when to draw the line. I am sure we are all aware that there was an incident last semester where students threw from directly at residents of Silkram Royal Hall and also in our living spaces. While your primary responsibility is to the residents of your respective hall, you are still being elected to the Guild of Students, which is constitutionally obligated to represent the interests of all members of the Guild, including students of the other halls. As such, how can the residents of the other halls ensure that there will not be a repeat of your aforementioned event or any likely event?
Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question. I sympathize with you, brother. I feel you. I feel you, know, the hard situation. And as you mentioned, we are constitutionally mandated to ensure the communal and togetherness of all residents regarding Keith Hall, and the Frank Royal Hall and the Sherlock Hall. No, I have a good relationship with Kyle, and I believe that working in tandem with him for the betterment of our residents will work greatly. And I intend to foster a relationship with this man right here. And we are already friends. We are already friends, we have a relationship. And I believe that if we can work together to ensure that an act like that never happens again, then I believe that we will make Sherlock much better and clean and frank and the university on our own. Thank you. Alright, to speak to this, I know that Frank would never do that, so I don't have to worry about it. We didn't speak about honor legacy, and honor means something. And that's all. Maybe two things, no problem. I will say that I am good friends and amicable terms with all of the volunteers candidates right here. However, I'll make it known that once you come to my hall, that's a different situation. There for sure, but you'll not see the end of me, something like that. It shall happen again. For sure. And so, in understanding the situation, I'll make sure that if something like that is supposed to happen, for Sherlock, for instance, I will fight with Kyle. If something like that is supposed to happen, fight at the administrative level.
But I am letting you know is that as much as I am here for all persons at the Cave campus, Frank Royal Hall is at the top of my priority. I mean, to answer that question, I can first say whether Keeper's Hall wasn't directly involved in it. There is nothing really that I can share. But my hunters know that over the last year, and those who I have brought from other halls onto my hall, is that I am a fierce defender of my hall. And it will not be tolerated. I guess maybe because we are nestled to the bottom of the hill, we don't really get involved with activities like that. I mean, I am always there for the rivalry. I was once a house captain back in my secondary school and at tertiary level education. So I understand what it is to get rivalry, to get heated and everything most times. But sometimes there is a borderline. And as leaders, we have to know where the borderline is. So I think with what the gentlemen have shared before, I think that we can work together and that it would be something that will not happen in the upcoming year if we are, I think I can build for both of you now, if we are elected as watchers. Thank you.
My question is for Kamara. Kamara, having been on exec, I understand the responsibility and how taxing it can be. And while you were secretary, you were an efficient secretary. I don't think there's any debate in relation to that. But I feel as though there is, for lack of a better word, a lacuna in your campaign in relation to doubts that not only members of my year group, but other year groups have, and it's in relation to your capacity to manage your responsibility, because you are constituted to be the constitutional representative for the guild, as you are for Law Society representative, and your resignation came and made results on the set day, and you also said that that's where your journey with the society ends. So I want you to tell me, because that's where it lies for me, voting for you and voting wrong. Your capacity to manage the job.
Can we have some silence for the candidate, please?
First, I should address why I resigned. I'm not going to sit here and let you and tell you that it was because of family issues and stuff like that. Because I know that's what everybody is expecting to hear, right? So during my tenure as secretary, I took on an influence of the work outside of my constitutional management duties. And as a result, in this I asked for no help, and I refused help when asked. And as a result, I unintentionally neglected my studies, right? So I suffered the consequences. But obviously not as bad, absolutely. As every council position has a GPA required. And so a bit more academically focused this semester. So if you've ever been elected or appointed as a secretary, you know how demanding it is. You are the middleman for the students that you serve and the community as well. So it's very demanding job.
And so I resigned in the interest of the law society because they deserve somebody that is capable, not only capable but available to give their best efforts in this position as secretary. But as I know I said that my law society is even though I said that to multiple people, I honestly could not pull myself in. And that's why I still applied for this position. And so, in preparation, I guess you could say, so I don't come back and do the same thing, I sought help from our academic support specialists, who helped me pick up a strategy of how to balance this job as well as being a student, right? So, before this strategy, it is me dedicating certain days to law society and giving my 100% attention to the student body. And then other days, well, I will pay attention more to my studies and then get more into the executive, if let me. So,
How do you plan on catering to students, both on campus and at the hospital, since you are starting your clinicals earlier this year?
Okay, thank you for that question. So firstly, I believe that I would have to do my research and having a conversation with the students who are on the assembly and the staff on assembly as well. And it's very important that as a leader, as a potential leader, that is does engage with the clinical side of our program. And also, I want to mention that we implemented vice president of clinical services and of clinical services to balance the work and to have both voices to be heard. So having proper communication with them would allow us to do this job. Also, everyone knows that the person entering our hospital are potential doctors. We also have public health workers and our nutritionists. And it would be important to have their representation and their voices heard to make the transition smoother.
Good evening, everyone. This question is directed to Kimara. Well, Kimara, I'd just like to say that we were really appreciative of all that you have did for the Law Society. You are an excellent secretary, and we appreciate that. But my question is, considering your prior answers, and also considering that law representative for the Guild of Students is a very hefty role, I have seen all the work that Timothy had put in. I'm just putting this out there and I'm very passionate about this, so don't think that I'm here to bash you or anything like that. How do you plan on balancing, so in preparation, if elected as Laura, what do you plan on doing to balance your responsibilities with your schoolwork, which you answered already? How do you plan on fostering a relationship with administrative staff? How do you plan on fostering a relationship with the guild? And also, do you have initiatives in place to reach out if you're under pressure? Because Timothy and I have laid a foundation. I believe that persons currently on the exec can contest to the fact that they can reach out to us if they're under pressure, and you did not reach out to us, which I'm very sad about that. So tell me how you are proposing to do that if you're elected as Laura.
Miss Ellisford, I didn't reach out to any of the executive members because I want to prove myself worthy of this position. So I want to prove to you and to you that I was worthy of running for this position. So the other part of your question, in preparation for that, I will be I will be trying to form relationships with admin, as well as lecturers and dean of the faculty right now. I will be speaking to them, trying to get their point of view on the issue, so that I can relay any updates regarding those issues to students. I promise you, I will not let these students, I will not waste the foundation that you have built. Because it has been very, very impressive, and I will not lie, it is very impressive, and I will not waste it. I guarantee you that, Ms. Pallister. Sorry, and the students as well.
The next question is for all of our chairs. The whole chairs and often councils have to extend themselves and do a lot of work to which Hall's admin does not aid or donate. How do you plan to advocate and encourage Hall's admin to step up?
I think for me, earlier this week we were having a conversation. I was having a conversation with somebody on my ward. And she's on council, and she mentioned how excellently the Trinidad and Tobago Students Association as young people planning an event. You have, and all the other island associations who have planned their activities throughout the year, how excellently young people can craft and put together their talents in furthering university life. I think that's something that can be applied to Hall as well. Like I said in my plans, in furthering the sponsorship or nurturing the relationship with all sponsors. But as young people, I think there are sometimes we have the responsibility, or we should take the responsibility to step up and to engage with those who, with private sector, public sector, who have a particular place in our life when we depart the halls of university. For me, I have said it before, and I've said that too, and I think I'll say to us, I've paid you for a service. I'm paying for a service for me to stay on hall. It cannot be that I have to persistently and consistently step on your toes to ask for basic accommodations. Right. I am the one who's paid for the service. And every time there is a serious delay or there is a serious denial, I can say that, I don't think it can stop, but it will decrease. For me on my hall, because we have relentlessly asked hall's administration for different things. I think with hall's administration needs to come to a compromise and needs to understand that they are providing us with a service, and then we are asking for basic needs to be met for our daily accommodation lives, and that, please, if you can't meet us 50%, meet us 50 plus 1, but we're trying our best, and we are just asking what we signed the contractual agreement for.
Hall chairs and councils often have to overextend themselves to do a lot of work to which Hall's admin does not aid or donate. How do you plan to advocate and encourage Hall's admin to step up?
So let's speak in terms of sponsorship.
we had a special issue or a special project chairperson with that incident job. And the thing is, we can continue this, but I'm going to go on with Peter's Alex. That is not our duty for essential stuff that we're contracted to get from housing. And with the conversations I've had with these two gentlemen right here, I understand that we can work together to get this done. Because oftentimes, because of our rivalry, we try to eat alone. That won't happen this year. So, we will be working together to pressure housing. If housing don't do it, we're going higher. Who higher, we're going higher than that. We're going all the way up until we get what we need. And so, yes, it's nice for sponsorship to help with the other things that we have, our plans as cause, but we will make house administration what it is. Thank you for the question. But I do agree with these two men up here in working together I won't say attack, but to press hall admin a bit more. Now, regarding the issues that may affect our hall, there was a pressing issue that happened a couple of weeks ago, and as such, the Sherlockites rallied together in which to get admin to have a meeting, and it worked. And as such, we were able to fix all the appliances that were needed to be fixed. And the president mentioned hall councils as well as the hall chair overextending themselves. Now, I myself have taken the initiative to reach out to two sponsorships as to ensure the success of a couple of my mandates, specifically the study room mandate, in which I reached out to a sponsorship for a printer as well as a whiteboard. And I believe that taking this initiative as well as taking further initiatives in the future will help to benefit us regarding battling against that. Thank you.
I just wanted to add one more to that, and I think they raised a very valid point. And I think I'm going to say it to the hunters who are listening over here, and to every other hall on the campus. There's strength in numbers, and there's always strength in numbers. We know of the legacy that our halls have on this campus. You see, once you know your legacy, you know your rights, and you're firmly rooted, nobody can throw it down, you know. Yeah. There's a pretty old proverb from St. Lucia, and it says, Lewa simla fo, which means that when you're strongly rooted, you don't have to fear the wind, or there is no fear of the wind. If we collectively come together as one, despite our rivalry, etc., we can move mountains. So I just want this to be an appeal to everybody who stays on board, not just Sir Keefe Hall, not just Sir Frank Warren Hall, or Sir Philip Sherlock Hall, but all halls on this campus, and their strength in numbers.
So the next question is Tamara, and this will be the last question for the night. We'll also take 2 more questions, whether it be from a person within the crowd or from the link, and that'll be all for the night.
Don't get fried, Tom.
Okay. Thank you for putting all of you. Thank you for putting yourself on service. Kemar, in your manifesto and your mandate that you released, you placed a focus on trying to increase recreational activities. And while that's very good, we need to also take into consideration that we need to facilitate the professional development of our students. I commend you on trying to re-implement the mock trials, but we do have a lot of stuff that continue to better the professional development of our students. We've been facilitating the Supreme Court excursions and the professional development seminar. We also want to have some more seminars, so I understand that you want to have more recreational activities, but more towards the professional development aspect of the law populace. What are your plans regarding that?
Even though I am advocating for improving law practices in my own mandate, I still intend on carrying out development seminar and any other professional development related initiatives that you have implemented in Mr. Moore and so forth.
Hi, good night. Thank you for putting up self-talk for service. This is for all 3 hall chairs. Who's ever said that? My question is, all 3 of you stated a lot of mandates in terms of infrastructure changing of the hall. So my question is to you, the office up in place has a lot of restrictions in terms of what you could do in terms of nailing in the wall, painting, changing like the grass, all of that stuff. So how do you plan to get around in place? Because there's a lot of initiatives I know that Brianna and Ryan have in terms of changing the infrastructure of the hall that we can't get done because in place is stopping us from doing that. So how do you plan to get around it?
I think for me this one is kind of easy because at first I said that everything that I did went through halls and at first. And even though I did not go into details because I walk around I did that. So I never went into details in every single change. But I did do that when I was in halls and every single one was even going.
Thank you for that question. Upon establishing these mandates, I felt it important to build a relationship with administration as well as the registrar. And as such, I have had 2 meetings with halls accommodations regarding the feasibility of my mandates, and they have all been accepted as well. Regarding the meeting for the register, I am yet to meet with them. It's actually to be next week. But it is to discuss further feasibility regarding my mandates. But I believe taking this step has allowed for me to push forward the continuation and completion of these mandates.
On my end, well, I think from what I understand about the city fund hall is that there is major infrastructural modifications to be made, especially with the broadening of the hall, because this is just phase 1 and it's not a finished product. There is more to come onto the hall. But I guess for so far, for the short life that the hall has so far, over the next few days, because of time constraints of campaign and elections, I have not been able to identify great infrastructural changes that need to be made to the hall. But once I continue to meet with the residents and we engage in conversation about it as to what needs to be changed, etc., I think I would be able to provide something solid as to the changes that there can be in particular to the city fund hall.
Good night. My question is to the Minister representative. So I would like to know how you plan to incorporate like health sciences and dietary nutrition students more into events, because right now they're kind of like pushed aside and forgotten, and med science students are really focused on. A lot of people I also speak to don't know that we have a health sciences or dietary nutrition program within the med science faculty. So I wanted to know how you plan to like bring light to that, how you plan to include them for events and stuff like that.
Okay, that's a fair question. Firstly, these 2 programs are pretty new in this faculty. And medical sciences is the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery is the biggest. So it does seem like and we have heard those content, it does seem like they have majority of the attention, which is true right now. But what we plan to do when this current executive has been trying to do a really job, I should say, is trying to implement, have been more representation, more involvement, and especially in our community outreach, our health leaders, and we're trying to create a we have a NID, we have PIG, we have the interest group, we're trying to create an interest group for them as well. But also I want you guys to remember that this group is still small. So the representation will not be there, and it's not an issue of being overshadowed, but just because they're very small still.
So that'll be all the questions for tonight.
Hi, good night everyone. My question is for the Hall Chair candidate. Yes, it's all well and good to speak to Ms. Bryan now, but she will give you the go ahead now, and Kyle, you will know that for sure because you served on 2 councils before. And then when it comes in the tenure, she'll be like, oh, I don't remember that. How do you plan to maneuver around that?
Thanks for that, Sonia. Appreciate it. So, I know that for a fact. And so, I was doing my walk around, it was like backup plan, every single Monday, every single one. As it means, seeing that was at the JCR, that was mostly the change and stuff like that. And so, in terms of give you 2 examples. So, like changing of the doors, right? If she don't do that, I know I can go to the deputy principal with that. I can get that changed. However, the other stuff, sponsorship might need to get in place. Because I was in 2 councils, I know we can do that. I'm not worried about that aspect. It can take a while, that's why everything's said gradually. We're going to grow as a part, but I don't expect it to come immediately, but it will happen.
Regarding that question as well, when I went around speaking to the current hall chairperson and the current council as well as past councillors, when I mentioned speaking with Ms. Bryan regarding the possibility of my mandate, the look that was on their face was, and upon investigating further, they would have mentioned that you need to get it in writing or to solidify it in writing. And as such, in my meeting with her, I re-emphasized that in the hopes that I get into office, I would be emailing her, persistently emailing her, as to which she would send back an email to confirm that these mandates can be completed. Thank you.
I don't know, Sharon, who would have served, well, I know who would have served my predecessor, etc. But for me, and coming here, I'm a no-nonsense person. And like I said, my wall takes priority and will always take priority. If it is that the Hall's administrator has a problem with remembering, I will ensure that she remembers. And I will ensure through all the right ways that she remembers, as he said, through writing and through documentation, etc., that it does happen. And like I said, when you have your facts and things, you can't go wrong. So, beg your pardon? So for me, in leadership positions, I don't tolerate doing this juggle thing with the lives of the mentors of my hall members. So I won't accept it. I don't know who else it will be accepted under, but I will ensure that she remembers over the upcoming academic year.
So this will be the last question for tonight, once again posed to all hall chairs.
Alright, so my question is this. The incoming constitution is not taking effect, but hopefully we hope that it will take effect before the next elections. We have actually classed the hall chairpersons under a category as accommodations representatives. So accommodation representatives are inclusive of our hall chairs and the committee's representatives. The hall chairpersons also have to work with the committee's representative for Unity Week. I understand that, of course, naturally, your first priority is dealing with the issues for your residents. But we have to take into consideration that accommodations is a subset. So how would you plan to work with the incoming community representative once they are appointed to facilitate unity?
Not to make it so too simple, but my answer doesn't change with the other hall representatives. It's the same. I'll be working together with my team to get whatever issues done. Mind that representative will know the issues of campus accommodation. I will know. But that is how when we come together we'll be able to work together.
Not to sound like a broken record, but I'm of the same sentiment as Kyle. I believe that if you could have a sit down in regards to the problems that accommodations are facing, that we could find a way to move forward. And I believe that effective communication would be the best way for this to happen.
Well, let me extend to that broken record because I think I shared the same sentiments with the previous workers. I think that I need to reiterate. Thanks.
2001!
So that will be all the questions for tonight, and that'll be all from the candidates tonight. In closing, I'd like to remind everyone that tomorrow is the Rebel Band launch, as well as in your student emails, there's a consent form for polling. Please just give your consent. And now we go for tonight. Thank you.